everybody, Gregg Montella here. I'm in the capital city of Moldova, Chisinau. We're about 45 miles away from the Ukrainian border, where fierce, real fighting continues to happen. It's 3:30 and I am tired. We've been up since 8, shuttling people from one place to another, single mothers, kids who fled with nothing but the clothes on their backs, getting them to safety, to safe houses, and seeing the way that the Moldovans are stepping up to take care of them has been absolutely mind-blowing. I honor the people of Moldova, and I'm impressed with the way that they are taking care of their Ukrainian brothers and sisters. It's beautiful to see. I want to take just a minute to talk about the psychological effects that this war is having on people here. There is a palpable tension. Nobody really wants to talk about it. People try to go about their daily business, and yet you can feel it. Today when I was walking out of my hotel, I asked the man, I did something very American, and I said, "Hey, how are you?" And I didn't even think about it, and I didn't mean it. I was just saying hello. And he looked at me and he said, do you really want to know, or are you just being American? I said, "Yeah, actually, I want to know." And he just looked at me, and both of us at the same time, we got tears in our eyes, and I just nodded, he nodded, and I walked out and cried on the way out the door. It's strange knowing the suffering that's happening with the people that I care about so much. I've been working in this part of the world for about 20 years. I was in Kiev last week. I have dear friends there all over the country. Their wives, or some of them are here in this city, and kids, and they're staying back to fight. Before everything happened, the war's been going on for 4 days now, and before that, we knew that something might happen, that Putin was crazy, but we didn't think he was that crazy. So I was still on alert. I was talking to our web guy, Ron Hall. Shout out to Ron. He's awesome. And just, I heard explosions outside, and I thought, oh, we got to make sure that it's not happening. So I walked out on the balcony while we were having a business meeting, and it was fireworks. Okay, good. That's what I hoped it was. I thought it was. Just had to make sure. But then once the war started, everything kicked up. The vigilance, hyper-vigilance. We know that Russia is a couple hours away. They could send in a column of tanks, and this place would be, they'd hoist up the Russian flag. I'm not afraid of anything. The Moldova's neutral. They have a very, very small army. I don't think that the army would resist. They would be. Ukraine needs to resist. Ukraine needs to fight. Moldova should not. It's like less than a couple thousand people, or 6,000 or less. Tonight, even on the way home from Belt, we went to the north to help a family there. My friend and I, we were so tired. All of a sudden, we saw something bright shooting across the sky. Any other time, I'd think it was a shooting star, but we pulled over, turned off all the lights in the car, and just looked at the sky to see if it was clear. Yes, thank God it was clear. We looked, we listened, we didn't hear anything, no more bright lights. It's just a shooting star. Might not sound like a big deal, but it's that constant knowing what could be coming. But that's the least of our worries, honestly. I'm not watching too much of the news. Is it propaganda? Yes, every news channel, it's all propaganda. Is there a real war going on? Yes. The people coming over are telling me, they have no reason to lie or exaggerate. The bombs, the bombing, the shooting, the troops, the murders of innocent civilians. It's terrible. It's terrible. And right or wrong, who's right, who's wrong, I have my own opinions, and I'm sure you do too, and probably all on the same page. But I'm not here to wage a physical war in Moldova. I'm not here to wage a political or ideological war. I'm here to bring light in a time of war, hope in a time of war, love in a time of war, to counter every single thing that's dark with every single thing that's good. And that's how we win here. Please continue to pray for us. To every church that has surprised me today, churches all over the world, thank you for giving. Thank you for donating. We are able to do so much good. Well, I'm going to be posting some reports as soon as I have the energy. Last night when I was writing the update, I fell asleep 3 times and finally just passed out on the bed. But it's the other thing here is that nobody I know is able to sleep longer than 3 hours. We're all trying desperately to get, 5, 6, 7, 8 3 hours and we're awake. It's the adrenaline. It's the brain will not shut off. It's knowing that we need to get up and do something. I'm still consider myself a young man. Actually, we have some guys, American guys that are here, and they're quite a bit older, and they have the energy. They want to do it. We know that we are here to pour out our lives, to give 100%, and these very historic. I don't know how long it'll last, how long the war will go on, but while we're here, why not give it all? Why not do every single thing we can to help every single person we can, to do all the good we can by all the means we can, by I want to look back on this time and be proud of myself. I want to be able to tell my kids that I did something. This is an attack, an assault on liberty, on the free world that we haven't seen since 1941. It needs to be stopped. Tyranny on all levels and all nations needs to be stopped. You know what I'm talking about. But we fight normally. We fight with peace, with love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for letting me know that you care. I love you guys. I don't feel like I'm in any danger. I love Moldova. It's a great place. It's one of my favorite places. Probably is my favorite place in the world. Maybe Athens County, where I'm from, also Pensacola, Holland. There's a lot of places I love, but this is the place I love the most. Thanks for joining me. Please pray for us. Pray for President Zelensky in Ukraine. And for my friends, brothers, that they will fight and that they will win. I'm praying and I'm believing for a 6-day war. May there be a 6-day war kind of miracle. If you don't know what that is, look it up. All right. Love you guys. Some updates of the day to come.